Good morning, Bucknutters. Welcome to the Bucknuts Morning 5 here on Monday, June 8th, 2015. I am Dave Biddle. As expected, Austin Mack became the 16th commitment in Ohio State's 2016 recruiting class yesterday. Mack is 6'2", 205 pounds. He's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. He is ranked as the 24th best wide receiver in the country and the 139th best overall player in the country, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. He's also the 8th highest ranked player in Ohio State's class, so kind of right there in the middle of that 16-player class. And he gives the Buckeyes a big wide receiver. There's been a lot of talk Ohio State needs big wide receivers. They have Kier Hawkins in the class. Even on the team right now, they have Michael Thomas. He certainly qualifies as a big receiver. Evan Spencer was a big receiver. But I know fans have been clamoring for more big receivers in the program. Seems like Ohio State targets some of the smaller, quicker guys. So an excellent get here for the Buckeyes. Again, I think everybody knew that Austin Mack was going to be a Buckeye, so it's not a surprise, but still a very good get. As a junior in 2014, he caught 69 passes for 1,062 yards and 15 touchdowns. This guy's a big play guy. He can make plays after the catch. He catches the ball away from his body with his hands like he's supposed to, so he can do it all. A very good get for the Buckeyes. And I've said this before, I think he's very underrated. What do you want to bet Ohio State's coaches don't think he's just the 24th best wide receiver in the country? I bet they feel he's considerably better than that, so good get for the Buckeyes. As far as where this puts Ohio State in the 24/7 Sports Composite team recruiting rankings for 2016, they're still second behind Florida State, but they are knocking on Florida State's door. I mean, it is a dead heat right now. Ohio State has 253.48 points. Florida State has 255.09 points. 24/7 Sports uses an algorithm to figure this out. Don't ask me how they do it. Too much calculus for me. But the Buckeyes, less than 2 points behind Florida State. That's what you need to know. And for some perspective, there's a huge gap between Ohio State at second and Miami at third. Miami has just 242.62 points. So Ohio State 11 points ahead of Miami and just 2 points behind Florida State, less than 2 points behind Florida State. So it looks like the Buckeyes have a really good chance of finishing with the mythical recruiting national championship, or maybe the Seminoles will, but it looks like it won't be Alabama for a change. Right now, the Crimson Tide are 8th, so they still have a chance. But Alabama has finished first the last 5 years. That's right, the last 5 years, 2011 through 2015, Alabama finished with the number 1 recruiting class according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. So I think this is the year that the Crimson Tide lose that title either to the Buckeyes or the Seminoles. As for how the rest of the Big Ten is doing in the 24/7 Sports Composite so far, I'd say pretty well. Michigan State is 7th. That is fantastic for Michigan State. This is going to be their best recruiting class in ages. Penn State is 13th. Michigan is 20th. Minnesota is 21st. Maryland is 26th, and Nebraska is 33rd. So pretty good. The Big Ten has 7 of the top 33 teams. That's solid for the Big Ten. Nebraska needs to step up a little bit, and the teams behind Nebraska need to step up. But to have 6 of the top 26, with Maryland being there at 26, that's pretty good.
Michigan stinks!
All right, with Austin Mack in the fold, you're probably wondering who's next. Who might be the next to commit to the Buckeyes in this ever-growing 2016 class? Well, wonder no longer. We're going to bring in our Alex Gleitman to answer that question.
Alex Gleitman here, Bucknuts Morning 5. Ohio State now has 16 commitments in their class of 2016 as wide receiver Austin Mack from Bishop Loras High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana, committed to the Buckeyes yesterday at the AWP camp, their showcase. And that was a big addition for the Buckeyes, but the question is, who is next? And I got a list of 5 prospects who could potentially pull the trigger for the Buckeyes in the next couple of months. The first one is Donnie Corley, wide receiver from Detroit, Martin Luther King High School. Corley right now is said to be favoring Michigan State, but the Buckeyes are working feverishly around the clock to try to get him another visit on campus in the next couple of weeks. If they're able to do that, they actually like their chances in convincing Corley, making his family comfortable with Urban Meyer and the staff. And it wouldn't be shocking to see a commitment, one way or another at the end of June, early July. They're still working on setting a date there. But if the Buckeyes aren't able to get Corley up, it looks like Michigan State and Sparty could get another very talented commitment to a class that's currently in the top 10. Wayne Davis is another player. Right now we're trying to confirm whether he was on campus this weekend, but things are looking good for Wayne Davis and Ohio State. The Buckeyes are in the top 2 with Virginia Tech for the cornerback out of Lake Taylor in Virginia. He is a teammate of Jalen Holmes, who's going to be a rising sophomore defensive lineman for the Buckeyes. And if that visit happened this weekend, or if it's going to happen in the near future, the Buckeyes are looking good. It's a guy they would absolutely take today. The most likely guy on this list, I would say, would be Nick Bosa from St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. younger brother of Joey Bosa. I was told visits to Florida State would happen earlier in June, and then a potential commitment to Ohio State by no later than the end of July. I'm very confident that the Buckeyes will land Nick Bosa. Will he be next? We shall see. The other two are a little bit more of wild cards. DeMar Hamlin from Pittsburgh Catholic, a defensive back. The Buckeyes absolutely love his skill set. He balled out a couple of weekends ago at Nike's The Opening Regional in Columbus, earned an invite to the opening finals in Oregon. He could pop at any minute, but it seems like he would prefer to take official visits and then make a decision at that point. And then finally, Luke Farrell, a tight end from inside the state of Ohio, a guy who says he's probably going to decide early August. I think Ohio State will land at least one commitment, if not more than that, before then. But you never know. Luke Farrell could wake up one day and say, Ohio State's the place I want to go. That's the type of kid he is. He's not going to sit around and play games. So if that's the case and he decided he wanted to be a Buckeye, he could be next. So that's your 5. It should be interesting to track this story the next few weeks.
Thank you, Alex. Great insights as always, my man. And for more on recruiting, the Dean of Ohio State football recruiting, Bill Kurlick, has his What I Am Hearing column already posted to the site for subscribers. It includes items on corner Jalen Jones making a visit to Ohio State later this month, and the fact that the Buckeyes have a real shot at landing defensive tackle Antoine Jackson and more. So make sure you check out Bill's What I Am Hearing column if you haven't already. And for all the Cleveland Cavs fans out there, like Bill Kurlick, congratulations. Big win last night. Hey, the Cavs are still in this thing. The odds are stacked against them, but the Warriors are no world beater. The Cavs are right there, and it should be an interesting final 5 games. Thanks again to Alex Gleitman, and thanks to you for listening to the show. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Take it away, best damn band in the land.